Hello. Once you've taken the PI behavioral assessment, we take that information and turn it into a PI behavioral pattern. In that pattern, we measure 4 different drives, or the 4 factors. They are A, dominance, the drive for influence on people and events; B, extroversion, the drive for social interaction; C, patience, the drive for consistency and stability; and D, formality, the drive for rules and structure. Understanding each one of these 4 drives will help us better understand a person and how they operate in the workplace. PI has administered over 20 million assessments, and to make it easy for you, we've created 17 reference profiles. Think of it as shorthand or an easy, digestible way for you to understand a wide variety of behaviors and needs. Your behavioral pattern might not fit exactly into one of these reference profiles, but most likely they'll come close. Your reference profile most closely matches the specialist profile. So let's talk about some basic needs and behaviors that go along with the specialist profile. So first and foremost is detail and information, thoroughness. You like a plan, you need access to rules and guidelines. It's important for you to have clear expectations. You also are going to be more reserved, you're going to be more analytical, and you're more heads down in your approach. You have a sense of urgency that will move things forward. You need some variety in your day, not a lot, but definitely things to keep moving you forward, so not a ton of routine. And you are also more of a team player. So for you, it's about having people around you to help make those decisions. Let's talk about some strengths and challenges that come along with the specialist pattern. So some strengths are you can really develop yourself as that true specialist, right? That true subject matter expert. Because you are so thorough and because you have the ability to dig deep into something, that creates a level of expertise on your end that you are willing to share and that you can train others on and that you can really become that go-to person for. That's an absolute strength of a specialist pattern. A challenge, though, is that sometimes because you get so into the weeds in some things and because you become such a specialist in a certain area, it's hard for you to see outside of that box sometimes. So perhaps if you're asked to do something differently, or perhaps if you're asked to do something that's maybe not like you've done it before, that might take you some time to get used to. That might be a bit of a struggle for you. That might present a challenge for you in your day-to-day. Decision making for you is definitely thorough and factual. Best when it's one-on-one. You do your best thinking when you put your heads down and you kind of analyze the decision. Your own area of expertise is your best area. So if you can stay within that specialist zone when making decisions, decisions will come easily for you. Once you start to leave that zone, though, that's when you start to see a little bit of a risk, and you'll start to protect against risk. Mostly because you don't want to make a mistake, but also because you don't want to let the team down. That's an important piece as well. Communication style is factual. It's information oriented. It can be a little bit more direct and to the point. You don't need a ton of fluff. You don't need a lot of information, you don't need a lot of empathy or collaboration around it. You do, in fact, need a lot of information, and that's important for you when doing that. In summary, let's talk about a couple of words that we could use to describe your profile. So first and foremost is detail, information, reserved, somewhat of a faster pace, team player, and overall specialist. So that's a little bit more about your specialist profile.